안녕하세요 여러분. Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamron. I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews. Two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music. We're reacting to Fix Off Project. Or is it the Desire Project?
It's the Desire Project.
But it's Autobahn.
Yes.
Is the name of the song.
Number one was Tunnel, which we have not reacted to yet. I don't even think I've heard it. And then number two just came out, and that's Autobahn. And it's featuring Yoonmin, which I don't know who that is, and I'm very excited. I have not heard this. I haven't looked at it. Every time it comes on, I'm like, blah, 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 so that we can do it live on here, and I am so excited. Let's just jump right in. Here we go.
Here we go. Ooh, it does contain flashing lights and strobe, so if you have epilepsy or you're photosensitive, please be wary.
Here we go.
That's a little exciting.
And the Autobahn is
it's like
in
the
Germany,
fastest
right?
road in Germany, right?
I don't think
like
there's
you
speed
can
limits
go
or
like
something.
however fast you want to go.
That could be false news or fake information. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
Ooh. Oh, that's English.
Ooh.
It's giving red lights with the red lights and the chain.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I even like the hand gesture.
Depression and anxiety.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
Is that Fox?
I think so. Yes.
Oh.
Nice. Ooh. I like when he said spread, his arms were spread wide.
Ooh, his lips are almost like really pale. I like it. Ooh, I like it.
Yes.
Not what I was expecting at all. There's that photosensitive component.
Yeah.
Oh, I understood that.
Ooh. I like the harmonies. I like how they're pronouncing Autobahn.
Oh, that's pretty.
Was that like an octave difference? That was crazy. Oh, I like that
one
a lot. I like that a lot. That was really good.
I really loved like the sweetness of her voice, like contrasting like the hardness of his,
Yes,
and then them
yes.
coming together and blending so well. It was really pretty.
And yet they like, I'm no vocalist, so I'm not exactly sure how far apart they were, but it sounded like an octave like that, which doesn't blend, I don't think, quite as well. Like so, but I think that was like on purpose, like that contrast, like high contrast. Like in not only were we seeing like the red and the black, and even like the blue and the white, but it was like red and black. But then just black and white. So there was like contrast visually, and you were
And
hearing
vocally.
it vocally, like in the notes. Like that was really, and I loved he used a lot of like play on words, like talking about like shifting gears and things like that. But it wasn't over the top. Like sometimes you can have a song and it's such a play on words that you're like, oh, okay. And it's almost like you get kind of caught up in like, oh, what are they going to say next? What's the next like witty pun? And he only did it a few times, enough to like to connect it to this idea of like the car.
The car.
You see the car driving throughout the video, but it wasn't like just a bunch of cars, or it wasn't distracting. It was just
it was very
woven in.
focused.
So yeah, it was really, really nice. I like Mingi is giving August D a run for his money now. Like that's saying something, because August D is my favorite K-pop rapper person. Like the way he writes, the way he sings. But Mingi is really like impressing me with all of his solo stuff. Like we've only taken a look at a couple of them, but like it's really impressive. Okay, so now this is not an ATEEZ present then. This is completely separate.
I think this is part of just Mingi's solo work, but Hongjung is still helping with it, right? Like that's what it sounded like. So maybe that's not okay. Maybe that's true.
Yeah. So maybe it was just because he was talking about how Wooyoung had Sagittarius and Mingi was working on Autobahn, but it's also March, which means should be coming out with something, because they usually release something in their birthday month, on their birthdays.
That's true.
So my fingers are crossed, like waiting for to like put something out pretty soon, because it's like March 15th, so we're getting really close to his birthday. So for Mingi, 23rd. So for Mingi to come out with this now, for me it was unexpected. I don't know, that was crazy. But him talking about like it was interesting that he was talking about oppression and anxiety, because you would expect anxiety to go along with depression, but he said oppression. So that was really interesting. So he's being oppressed.
Well, I think oppression can cause anxiety.
Well, and oppression is an external force. Anxiety is internal. So that was interesting, because we start talking about like engines and stuff, like internal combustion, that idea of something coming from within. Like just so many layers to like what this song could actually be about. It was really, really good.
Well, and I think they did a fantastic job within the video itself, like using the lights to kind of portray that push and pull kind of feeling that you get from it as well. It was really well done.
Well, and again, like when an engine is like firing and the cylinders and all that stuff, I know it's different. Like sometimes now with electric cars and all that stuff, I know that their engines don't work quite the same, and don't even begin to have me explain it, because I really honestly truly don't know, but just that idea of things like firing, and like that expression, at least in English, about like, well, it's firing on all cylinders, like that's when things are just like clicking and everything is going well for you. And if an engine is not firing on all of its cylinders, that's when things are interrupted and performance is low and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of like how I felt like when we were watching the interview stuff with like Mingi. Like I just kept thinking like, gosh, like something feels wrong. Like he didn't seem like the Mingi that like I'm used to seeing. And we talked about, there were comments that like was making, like looked a little bit nervous, like in like talking to Mingi, like not nervous that Mingi was making him necessarily nervous, but like was nervous about something. Like particularly with Mingi. And some people were like, no, and some viewers were like, yes. And so it was really interesting. And this sort of, if you think about probably when it was written and all of that, this sort of fits in with our concerns,
with that timeline.
That timeline and everything. So now, thankfully, we've gotten to see like Logbook 173, and he seems so happy, and like they all do, and
they all seem so
much
happy.
more relaxed.
And even just the concert footage we've seen, they've all seemed so like carefree and relaxed and just joyous and just having a good time. It's been really nice.
So that feels really good, but like this really ties into like kind of those fears that we were sort of like, what is this? What's happening? So this was just powerful.
So good though.
So good.
I love the blend that he had with the Korean and the English.
Yes.
Too.
Didn't expect him to start off in English.
I didn't expect him to start off in English either.
Yeah.
It was really well done.
very nice, Mingi. We like that a lot. So if you are fans of Song Mingi and ATEEZ, any of the members, make sure that you like and subscribe down below so that you can see all of our content as it's coming out. This is, of course, our ATEEZ dedicated channel. So anything ATEEZ, let us know what you'd like us to take a look at. Just leave it in the comment section and down below, and we will add it to our must-watch list.
And if you like dramas, make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews, where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip, y'all. Save the trauma of a bad drama. Until next time.
Annyeong.